Hi, I'm Paul from Contact Renovation and Custom Homes. Check out this video I shot with Aaron from River City Tile Company about tile options and how to find the right one for your home. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We don't recommend anything that wouldn't last because there's some crazy stuff out there, Paul. Crazy stuff that's just, some of it is just a bad idea.
Let's talk about the cement tile for a second.
Yeah.
Because it was fairly new to me about, I think 3 or 4 years ago, we did my front entry at my house. My wife picked a cement tile. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she's from Lima, Peru, where it's just, there's tons of it there. And
yeah.
And you see it starts looking weathered. The whites absorb some dirt. It's quite porous, but that's part of the look that she wanted because that's what she grew up with. But
yeah.
I guess the user needs to know what to expect from the product they pick. So let's talk about the cement tiles for a second, and then we'll move on to say porcelain versus ceramic afterwards.
Sure. So cement tile it's a huge, it's very, very popular right now. So cement tile has been around for 200 years or more, but it's centuries old, and they've been making it essentially the same way for the last 200 years. So, people question its durability. They question whether it's a trend or something. This isn't a new thing. It's been around for a long time. Cement tile trends as far as the aesthetic is concerned, as long as the colors are changing and the styles are changing, it's a fashion industry again. So I can tell you the medium of cement tile is here to stay. I've been installing cement tile for over 20 years, and cement tiles have evolved over time. So when you talk about the white in the background of your cement tile at your house, there was no such thing as white in cement tile in more traditional. What you're looking at on the screen right now is more of a typical cement tile. Little hints of white, right? But lots of pattern, lots of color. That's what a traditional cement tile is. And so the dirt hides, right? Mm-hmm. Nowadays, we're using, more contemporary design. So we've got huge swaths of white negative space on the cement tile and, lots of like bold design, sort of less intricate, less fussy. And so in North America, in Lima, Peru, it's got that whole vibe, right? The light is different. The air is different. Like everything about it feels different. In all the cement tile producing nations, you've got Morocco, you've got Vietnam, Southeast Asia, the Caribbean. I mean, Cuba is a huge cement tile producing nation, Mexico, all the way through South America. And that sort of like weathered, worn in look is super popular. And it makes sense in the context of the space, right? Outside of cement tile right now, we often get people that travel and they want their homes to look like their Miami condo. It's like, no, because it doesn't work here, right? Mm-hmm. White needs to stay white if you're in North America. We don't like spots on our apples. We don't like spots. We like our corn yellow, right? And so if you're using white tile, we have to keep it white. So one of the things that we came across is a type of sealer which actually protects the tile and keeps the white staying white over time. It doesn't mean that the tile doesn't get dirty. It just means that you can wash it off and the white will stay white.
Let's talk about porcelain versus ceramic tile, what the difference is, because I think it's something that's confusing for some people until you take a minute and learn about it.
Okay, well, try to make it as simple as possible because again, I could go like super nerdy molecular on this thing, but ultimately they're both ceramic tiles. Porcelain is a type of ceramic. It's just a more refined clay body that's fired at a higher temperature with less impurities. And because it is more refined and fired at a higher temperature, it essentially becomes more dense and less porous. It goes through a process called vitrification, which essentially is when clay gets cooked to a certain temperature, it vitrifies, which means it basically becomes glass. Glass doesn't absorb moisture, right? So that's basically what porcelain is. Ceramic, on the other hand, is a more, it's just a different type of clay. And so for floor tile, it's just probably where the biggest questions come in. What's on the screen right now is ceramic tile. You couldn't make that out of porcelain with the glaze, the type of glaze that's on there. And it doesn't mean it's better or it's worse. Porcelain tiles are better for certain applications than ceramic tiles and vice versa. So a porcelain tile on a floor is basically all you would see today. At one point, there's an ingredient inside porcelain called feldspar, and feldspar is expensive, and so that's for a long time. Porcelain tile was like a luxury thing. Like you would say, "Oh, this tile is porcelain," and now people are really proud to say that their tile is Italian porcelain, which doesn't really mean anything, except for that it's like from Italy and it's made out of porcelain. It doesn't mean it's better or worse. But porcelain is it's almost impossible to find ceramic floor tile these days. It's just that the manufacturing of porcelain has become so efficient and so cost effective that you'd almost have to go out of your way to find ceramic floor tile.